lovely people, welcome to my channel Sajja the Skylark. I'm going to share with you my experience of flying with drones and comparing a few of very famous and well-known drones in the market. The first one that I'll talk about it with you is my DJI Mini 3, which I sadly crashed it.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Look at this. This leg is completely broken. This is also the motor broken. Some of the motor is jammed. And yeah, I crashed it so bad, you know. Look at my poor drone. This leg is broken. This one is completely broken like this. And the funny thing is the camera is still working. The main board is working. I mean, when I connect it to the controller, it's completely working. However, the gimbal is malfunctioning, is not working because this plastic here, I don't know if I can show it to you, this plastic here is ripped off, but the camera, the lens itself, and you know, the mechanism is working. But yeah, there are lots of cracks opened here. I just removed the battery I'm using in my new drone. But yeah, I simply crashed this drone, and I want to compare this poor crashed drone with my new drone, which is a DJI Mini 4 Pro. Actually, I upgraded my drone, but sadly, I lost my first ever drone. So if I want to have a quick review of these two drones, this one is a DJI Mini 3, my new drone is a DJI Mini 4 Pro. The difference with the Pro version or normal version is mainly the sensors it has and some of the capability in the main board. For example, this DJI Mini 3, it only has one sensor underneath it. It's a downward sensor and it doesn't have any other sensor. So you have to fly it completely manually, and you should be very cautious to do not hit a wall or something like this. And the reason maybe I crashed my drone is the sensors that I didn't have. And that's why I decided to buy my new drone with omnidirectional sensors. I mean, I could go for a DJI Mini 3 Pro, but I decided to go for a DJI Mini 4 Pro because it has more sensor, and I was like, okay, this is more safe. I'm spending a lot of money, and let's do it. And I bought this one because it was cheaper, and I was like, let's try it and see if I'm gonna be interested in flying, and let's learn something manually. But now I'm like, okay, I learned enough and I crashed enough. I think I crashed this drone like 2 or 3 times. The first 1 or 2 was like a simple crash to a branch of tree or something like that. But the last one was brutal, and it just destroyed the drone.
Emotional, damn it!
And what happened in my crash, if I want to tell you about my experience in the crash, it was honestly not my fault, because I take off, and as soon as it just went a little bit high, after a few minutes, like 1 minute, the drone itself decided to fly over and go back without my control. You know, I mean, I wasn't able to control it. There wasn't any reason like wind or noise, I mean, interference or something like this. I don't think so. So my drone simply decided to fly back, fly over somewhere, and because my altitude was low, was like, I don't know, 6-7 meters, it just hit to a building, a roof of a building. You know, there was a building on the other side of the road, and it hit there, and thanks God that no one was there on that time. No one was disrupted by that accident. My friend was so sad about my crash of drone, and I was like, no problem, you know, as long as no one get hurt, I'm okay with that. It's an incident, it's an accident, like you are driving car. You know, something might goes wrong and you might hit somewhere. So, and on those time I was hopeful that I can repair my drone, but after a while I realized it doesn't worth it. But here I have to mention that to you. For example, the previous time that I crashed, it wasn't my fault. But this time that I had a brutal crash like this, honestly, I think it was a software issue or software bugs or something like that, because I wasn't touching the controller and the drone fly, you know, to somewhere with a very high speed. It was like you put your drone on sport mode and flying so fast. So it was so, you know, because usually when I'm flying the drone, first of all, I keep it in my line of sight. And usually I fly in a cinematic mode or maybe normal. I never fly in a sport. Maybe I only fly in a sport when it's so high and I'm pretty sure it's not gonna hit anything, you know. I never fly with the sport in low altitude because it's so dangerous. I usually go with the cinematic mode because I have better footage and I'm not going to crash it because I have the total control of it. When it's going slow, even if something jumps to your drone or something happened, you can control it very well. It's simple. But this time something happened that, in my understanding, it was a software issue because I couldn't stop the drone. You know, when I see the drone is flying back with a very fast speed, I was trying to go up to increase the altitude, or just, you know, pressing the stop button, but none of them worked. And sadly, this happened. And this happened another time with my other drone, with my DJI Mini 4 Pro as well. But thankfully, I was somewhere that I didn't go that high and there was a wall next to me. For example, there was this wall next to me and my drone was that high and it just fly away and hit to that wall and fall down without touching any of the joystick or anything on the controller. As soon as it just take off, suddenly it just went sideways and hit to the wall, fall down. I just, you know, take it, you know, and I was like, what happened? I didn't touch anything. I was just, you know, taking off and I didn't touch anything. So this time, you know, I mean, another time this happened to me, and probably this is something related to the DJI. If you have the same experience, please let me know. And yeah, this is my experience regarding the crash of my drone and the reason that happened. I'm very cautious when I'm flying drone because it's a very interesting hobby, but it might be dangerous at the same time. If you fly somewhere which is people around you, or, you know, anything might goes wrong. So you should bear in your mind whenever you want to fly, go to a very quiet place, and even anything happen, at least, you know, something happened to your drone like mine, and you can just, you know, pay and upgrade your drone or buy another one or fix it even. You know, I had like 2 or 3 crashes with this one and like 1 or 2 crashes with the other one, you know, just hit to the branch of tree and fall down. The only thing usually goes wrong is the propellers, so you can change them quickly and that's it. You know, you're not going to have a big issue like this, which is broken from 3 different places. You know, this motor is jammed, this leg is out. Oh my god, it needs a big surgery. The only thing that I could save was the memory stick and the battery, so I take it out and I'm using on my other drone, my new drone. And I hope this doesn't happen to you at all, but I really want to know if this happened to you, like, you know, something happened with your drone without your control. And if you have the same experience, please share it in the comment below, and maybe we can do something, you know, I don't know, emailing to the DJI and say why this happened. You know, you are scamming us with, you know, losing the control of drone without any reason. I didn't do that. I mean, I didn't email to DJI because I was thinking maybe it was my fault, maybe it was an interference. And if I want to email them, or if I want to complain, or if I want to do anything because I didn't have the health care, or because I didn't have insurance on it, I was pretty sure they are going to say, okay, sorry, we cannot do anything because you didn't purchase the DJI Care. DJI Care is something that if you crash your drone for a flyover or damage your drone or whatever, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. So stay tuned to the next video. See you very soon. Cheers. Bye.